Hello and welcome to Verity Folk School. Today I'd like to show you how to make and can fresh homemade strawberry jam. My recipe for strawberry jam is a simple low sugar recipe that uses Pomona's universal pectin, and it's canned in a water bath canner. For this recipe you'll need about 5 pounds of fresh strawberries, a package of Pomona's pectin, and 2 cups of cane sugar. I purchased my Pomona's Pectin from Azure Standard. I will put a link in the show notes for you to check it out. The first thing you'll want to do is sanitize your canning jars. What I do is I place them into my water bath canner, I fill it with water, and then I bring that to a boil and let it boil for about 10 minutes. For this recipe, I am using half-pint jars. While the jars are sanitizing, go ahead and get your strawberries washed. To do this, I just fill part of my sink with cool water. I put the strawberries in and let them soak for a few minutes and just make sure that any dirt or insects or anything at all is washed off. I had picked these strawberries that morning fresh at a local farm, but if you're using store-bought strawberries, you'll still want to make sure that you wash them well. Once the strawberries are clean, I throw them into a colander and let the water drain out. To finish preparing your strawberries, you'll need to remove the tops. And I see a lot of people cut the whole half top off, and that's not necessary. What I do is I just grab a hold of the leaves and twist off the green parts and leave everything else. And here I'm just putting the extras into a gallon freezer bag to throw into the freezer for later use. Okay, so now that your strawberries are washed, throw them into a large stock pot and mash them well with a potato masher. You want to start getting the juices going and make sure that there aren't any whole berries left. Now it's time to start working with the Pomona's Pectin. Pomona's Pectin comes with a packet of calcium that you dissolve into water to create calcium water, and this helps the pectin set since it is a low sugar pectin. So follow the package directions for mixing up your calcium water, and we're going to put in 4 teaspoons of calcium water into the strawberry mash and mix it well. add your sugar and your pectin powder and stir that together. For this recipe, I'm using 2 cups of sugar and 4 teaspoons of pectin powder. Now in the video, I was making a full batch and a half batch, so don't pay attention to the measurements that I am pouring out here. Set the sugar aside for now and bring your strawberry mash to a boil over medium heat. Once the strawberry mash is at a boil, go ahead and start adding your sugar pectin mixture. Do this little by little, stirring constantly for 1 to 2 minutes until the sugar and pectin are fully dissolved into the strawberry mixture. Once the sugar is fully dissolved, remove the strawberry mixture from the heat. Now it's time to get your jars out of the water bath canner and onto a rag or a cutting board, somewhere where you can fill them with the jam. Ladle your hot jam into your hot jars, leaving a 1/4 inch of headspace. You can get a specific tool that shows you the measurement of the headspace left in the jar, but here's a little trick. On the top of the jar, there are marks where the lid band screws on, and the first one from the top is a 1/4 inch. The second one down is a 1/2 inch, and then the bottom one is an inch. So you can kind of eyeball your headspace with certain things, and so that's what I did with the jam here. I just filled it so that it went all the way up to that first place where the lid band screws on. Now it's important to make sure the rims of your jars are clean, so just get a damp, clean rag and wipe off the rim, and this will ensure that the lid seals properly. Now place a clean, sanitized lid carefully on top of each jar, making sure it's centered. screw each jar band on to fingertip tight. Carefully place each jar into the water bath canner, making sure that the jars are not touching each other and that they're not touching the side of the canner. Place your canner on the stove and bring to a rapid boil with the lid on and process for 10 minutes. Then turn off the heat and let it sit in the warm water bath canner for an additional 5 minutes before removing and placing at room temperature for 12 to 24 hours, at which point you can check the seal, make sure it's sealed properly. Once you confirmed that it did seal, you can go ahead and store it in a cool, dark place for up to 2 years. I hope you enjoy your homemade strawberry jam. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Verity Folk School for videos on traditional food, handicraft, and skills, and follow along on social media at Verity Folk School for daily traditional living inspiration. Until next time.